Hi everyone, welcome back to Atypical Art Podcast Kids. Today we're going to be reading one of my absolute favorite books about one of my favorite artists. And this book is called Keith Haring, The Boy Who Just Kept Drawing. And it's actually written by his sister, K.A. Haring. There was a boy named Keith. When he was little, his father taught him how to draw dogs and fish and funny things. His dad would draw a line, then Keith would draw one. Soon the whole page would be filled. From that time on, Keith never stopped drawing. In elementary school, when taking tests, Keith doodled on the edges of his paper. When he handed in his work, his teacher would ask, "Why did you doodle on that important paper?" Keith didn't answer. He went back to his desk and just kept drawing. Sometimes Keith invited his friends to draw in his backyard clubhouse. Keith made symbols and said each one represented a letter of the alphabet. His friend asked, "Why do you use symbols to write?" Keith drew more symbols. It was his way of answering their question. He encouraged his friends to join him. As a teenager, Keith liked to draw in his bedroom with music playing loud. He would draw on every piece of paper he could find. His mother had to yell over the music, "Why can't you turn that music down and go outside to ride your bike?" But Keith had sold his bike to buy art supplies. So he answered, "Look at the cool drawings I did." And he just kept drawing. Beautiful pictures he drew. When Keith was in high school, he won first prize for his art. A successful couple from the town offered a prize drawing. Keith said, "No, thank you. If you enjoy my art, you may hang it on a wall. No charge." Keith's sister was shocked. "Why did you not take the money?" they asked. Keith shrugged. He just wanted to keep drawing. Keith graduated from high school and went to the big city of Pittsburgh to a school that would teach him about art. There were boys on the street trying something new, breakdancing. He liked the crazy shapes of their bodies as they turned and flipped on the ground. While the music played loud, Keith would start drawing wiggly lines. His teacher asked him, "Why are you drawing pictures that look like scrambled bodies? That's not what I told you to draw." Keith knew how to draw. He just wanted to draw in different ways. So he kept drawing. Keith moved to the huge city of New York when he was 20, so he could draw with the other artists. He started to draw all over the city, on walls, on sidewalks, on paper he hung on lampposts. His drawings were washed away by the rain or torn down by the street cleaners. Other artists asked Keith, "Why do you draw in places where your pictures are erased?" Keith didn't hear them. He was searching for another wall so he could just keep drawing. Keith got a job delivering packages and sometimes rode the subway. One day, he saw a bundle of black paper on the wall in the station. He rushed outside to buy chalk and to come back and begin to draw. The white chalk made a bright, smooth line on the black paper. Day after day, Keith filled the empty panels in the subway station with art. Soon people rode the subway were looking for the white chalk drawings. No one knew the name of the artist, but the drawings were easy to recognize. People asked him, "Why are you drawing here? What do your pictures mean?" Keith said, "What do you see? You decide what they mean." Where Keith lived, there was trash on the street, and people didn't always say hello to each other. One day, he and his friends cleaned up 20 bags of garbage in front of a long wall. Then, Keith painted square faces with smiles and body shapes dancing upside down. The neighbors liked the drawing and stopped to say thank you. A policeman came by and lectured Keith. "Why did you do this? I have to give you a ticket because you didn't get permission." Keith paid the fine and just kept drawing. Soon people wanted to see more of Keith's drawings, and he was asked to display his work in an art gallery. Art was hung from floor to ceiling and in between the paintings on the walls. Keith invited everyone to come and enjoy his work. All of Keith's artwork sold. The gallery owner asked him, "What are you going to do with all this money?" Keith said, "I read in the newspaper that there are kids that don't have enough to eat. I didn't have this money yesterday, and I was happy. If I don't have it tomorrow, I'll still be happy. All the children need to eat. I'll send the money to them." The gallery owner gasped. "What? Why?" Keith just smiled and started to draw again. Now people were inviting Keith to draw in famous museums and exhibits in galleries all over the world. He was proud that he had become a successful artist, but wherever he went, Keith insisted he painted murals so everyone could enjoy his work, not just the people that had money to buy it. During his visit to Paris, France, Keith painted on the outside of a children's hospital, 6 stories high. Newspaper reporters came to take his picture and asked, "Why did you paint at the hospital? Do you think it'll make the sick children feel better?" Keith didn't have time to answer. He had to finish his painting. When the Statue of Liberty was 100 years old, Keith drew an outline of the famous statue on a huge piece of vinyl fabric. Then he asked 900 kids to help him finish the drawing. Keith told them, "Draw anything, whatever you want. No one can say it's good, it's bad, or good. It's yours." When the giant painting was displayed, people were amazed to see what Keith and the kids had made, but the art critics wouldn't understand why a famous artist was drawing with kids. But you know Keith, he just kept drawing. Keith painted all over the world. He would draw on anything, anytime, anywhere. Wherever he went, whatever he did, he would not stop. He just kept drawing. Now everyone wanted to know, and together they shouted, "Why? Why do you draw all the time? Why do you give your artwork away? Why do you draw on buildings, on people, on clothing, on furniture, on subway walls, on cars, on skateboards, on walls that belong to no one, and on things that will be thrown away? Why do you draw on everything?" Keith stopped drawing just for a moment and answered, "I draw all the time because there are so many spaces to fill. I give my drawings away to help make the world a better place. I draw everywhere because everyone needs art." And then Keith turned back to the street, took a piece of chalk from his pocket, and kept drawing. And here's some pictures of him growing up, his family, his sister who wrote the book about him when she was a baby. Here's him. Here's some more of his work. I think that that's a really great lesson that Keith tried to portray through his work, that no matter who you are, no matter if people understand, even if you don't understand, just keep making art if that's what makes you happy. So grab some paper or a napkin or a wall with your grown-up's permission, only if you have your grown-up's permission, in the house. Grab some chalk, go outside, go on the sidewalk, and just make some art. Just draw whatever makes you happy. It doesn't have to be for anyone or anything in particular. Just keep drawing. Thank you. And I would love to see your drawings. So if your grown-ups want to send me an email at atypicalartpodcast@gmail.com, I would really love to see your work. It means a lot to me. Thanks, guys. Hope to see you next week. Bye.